Alright, board games round 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games to get through, and I'm going to try to do it in under 10 minutes. So basically, I'm going to start with this one, Code Names. Code Names is fun because you can do it. How can you do it with 2 people? I disagree. I disagree with that. 4 to 8, I'm going to go for. So it's fun. It's a fun game. If you're on a double date. We like to double date game this a lot. So it'll be like Grace and I against like our friends Brian and Liz or Katie and Kayla or whatever. Or you can switch it up. You don't have to like stick with couples. Yeah, and then this is assuming that your couple is a monogamous couple made of 2 people, but I do not want to erase polyamorous folks. But this game works best with teams of 2, which is... Since I am monogamous, since my friends are monogamous, it works well with double dates. But I see you, polyam folks. But this is it's a really fun game. So basically, it's also what I like about it is it's easy. You know, it's not one of those games that you have to flip up the instruction book and it takes like half an hour to even understand what's going on. This is an easy game. Basically, you just lay down in front of you different tiles that have words on them. So this word is embassy, and you create a grid. And then you randomly pull one of these cards, and it randomly assigns certain words to the red team and certain words to the blue team. This is like the map. And only certain folks can see this. It's kind of like Battleship. Like, only some folks can, like, know what's up, and the other folks have to figure it out. And then some cards are tan, because they're just neutral, and then the black card is, like, if that card's chosen, like, whoever guessed that, just that team fucking loses. Losers! So, basically, you have to, it's kind of like verbal charades, I don't know. Oh, no, it's not, I'm lying, I don't know how to explain things. So basically, you get one word to try to get them to guess the word that belongs to your team, and that just a word that belongs to your team. So if the word was embassy, for example, I might say ambassador. But you could get even more, like, daring. So that would just be an example of trying to get them to guess one word, the word embassy. But maybe you wanted to get them to guess 3 words on the table. Maybe there were 3 words on the table that belonged to the blue team and you were the blue team, and maybe the words, will go really easy, were banana, orange, and apple. So you could say, because for this you'd say ambassador for 1, and they'd point to embassy. But if it was apple, orange, and banana, you could say fruit for 3. And then they could try to guess all 3. And they don't have to go up to 3. But anyway, it sounds kind of simple, because it is kind of simple, but it's random, really fun. And it's fun, you get frustrated, or you miss things, like, or there's like double meanings to words, and you're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, I can totally see why you guessed this word, but that doesn't belong to us, that belongs to the other team. Anyway, so Codenames is really fun. We call it Codenames. It's like a code way to say it. So if you ever hear us talking about Codenames, that's what it is. Then there's Codenames Deep Undercover, which is basically just like, you know how it's like the Cards Against Humanity version of it, where everything's kind of dirty. And that's kind of fun. We like regular Codenames more, because eventually, like, a lot of these words just say, like, dick and penis and ballsack, and, like, that's, like, only funny, I don't know, for a minute, and then it just is like, okay, penis jokes. But I got it because I like the idea of it. In practice, it's actually not that hysterical. Oh, I'm trying not to say hysterical. It's not that, it's not really an upgrade. So I would recommend regular Codenames, but if you if you think dirty things are super funny, then Deep Undercover might be your way to go. Then there's Settlers of Catan. Settlers of Catan, I feel like a lot of you know, it's a very old school game. It's a strategy game. Basically, you are building settlements and you're getting resources and you're trying to be the first person to 10 victory points, and there's several ways you can get victory points. You can get victory points by making the largest settlement. You could by having the largest army, the longest road, and etc. This is like really nostalgic for me. I started playing this game like at camp and stuff. Ooh, the tumble dice. I have to put that back. So this is like one of those games that's like goes way back. I feel like a lot of people know Catan. Also, a lot of people say Catan. Totally valid. I think that's actually the right way to say it, but I learned it Catan, so I'm going to say Catan forever. So I like Catan. So leave a comment below of what is like an old school game for you. One that will always be like a classic and it will always have a special place in your heart. Then there is Carcassonne. Carcassonne is fun. It's also like a map building kind of game. You basically start with, I'm not sure what you start with. I think there's like starting tiles, but basically like you start with, you use these tiles to build up like a map in front of you. And then there's also like farmers and people and like little buildings that you can lay to get points to. And basically, we haven't had time to play games, so a lot of these games I might be remembering incorrectly. But basically, the game is over, I believe, when all the tiles are used up, and then you count how many points you get. And the points you get are based off various things, like like some of the tiles have cities, and you get to based on your color, like your team is like a certain color, like in all games, and based on what cities and like your team is touching or your players are touching, and based off like maybe if you wanted to call something a farm, how many pieces of land were in your farm, you could get more and more points, and then so you count all those up at the end. One of the reasons, so this isn't a super intuitive, easy game. This isn't like Codenames, which is kind of fun if you're in the mood for a strategy game. It's also not ridiculously complicated either. It's like, I don't play a lot of games that are too complicated because I get like learning fatigue. We have a couple friends, Emily and Mitch, and they are very good at explaining complicated games and making them fun. A complicated game that I do like is Pandemic. I don't own it. It's kind of a more expensive game, and all our friends own it, so we just don't. But Pandemic is like a kind of complicated one that I still really like. This game is like, I feel like a sweet spot. It's more complicated. And then the reason I like that is because it's a really good two-player game. And I feel like a lot of two-player games are kind of easy. It's like Go Fish, or like War with cards, or like Thumb War. I don't know. There's just not... Tumble is even... Ooh, that's ironic because it's all about falling. So Tumble is even kind of an easy game that you're just building, So it's kind of fun when you want to be challenged or strategic, but you're only playing with one other person. This is Carcassonne's a neat option. Okay, moving on to What Do You Meme? So fun fact, I actually haven't played this game, but I keep bringing it to parties and things, wanting to. Because it seems like a game that would probably get old after like 15-20 minutes, but still the first 15-20 minutes would just be fun. But basically, I haven't even opened it. Oh my gosh. You can YouTube this and watch people playing it, like the BuzzFeed cast and stuff plays it if you want to get an idea. But basically, it's exactly like Cards Against Humanity. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an unboxing. Wild. It's exactly like Cards Against Humanity, but with pictures and memes instead of the prompt card. I'm opening this up with a fork. Instead of, I don't know, other things, like whatever you put in the middle for Cards Against Humanity. But, so basically it's like who can make the funniest caption for the picture. So you'd put this in the center. It comes with a little stand, which is cute. It's in here. Yeah, and it's a little easel. This is what do you... Uh-oh. Oh, I broke it. Good for me. Oh, good job, me. I broke it. I can fix it, I'm sure. But basically, like, you prop this up on the little easel. Hopefully yours isn't broken. And then it's whoever can come up with the funniest caption, they get the point for that round. And it just goes through. And then, somebody reads them all. And then you laugh just like Cards Against Humanity. I'll show you a couple pictures. Oof. I just feel like if you, I don't know, I think this could be fun. Or like some are more wholesome too, which I like. Or like, just feel like this could have a funny caption. Do you want me to read you some of the caption cards? You're not real or there, so I'm going to answer for you. Yes, you do. Okay, so like when you look at your boyfriend watching The Notebook and you realize he's not Ryan Gosling. When restaurants put calorie counters on their menu. Oof, that always makes me feel sad. When the teacher thinks you're not listening, so they ask you a question and you get it right. So, you know, you'd like, that would, I don't know. It just seems fun. So I haven't played it, but it seems fun. And then my last game that I'll review for you is called Coup. Coup is hard to explain. Coup is kind of like bullshit, but a little bit more involved. But basically, with Coup is fun because you can lie. So you have these certain cards, and then these certain cards give you certain roles and abilities to do things, but you don't actually need those cards to do things if you're confident in lying. So, like a lot of games, there's like action phases, so it's your turn, and then you get, 1, 2, 3, or 4 actions, and you are allowed to do those actions based on the cards you have and who you are. But like I said, you could lie. You could be like, I am the Contessa, and I'm going to do this. Or I'm going to take this coin because I'm the captain. I'm going to steal this from you because I am the meow. And if you are that, good for you. Then there's no risk, and you can do whatever you want. But if you're lying and you get away with it, awesome. You little sneaky sneakers, then you did well. But otherwise, people can call you out. They can challenge you. They can say, you are lying. And it's scary to challenge because if you accuse somebody and get it wrong, obviously there's a consequence for you. But if you get it right, there's a consequence for them, and it's fun. So it's like a deception lying game. It's really neat if you like to play like BS. So BS is such a fun game. I think it'd be fun to do like a review of simple games that you don't need a lot of supplies for that are just fun. Like, I think bullshit's really fun. Or baloney if you don't like profanity. Or I think Liar's Dice are fun. Have any of you played Liar's Dice? That's like one of my favorite like go-to party games. And yeah, anyway, okay, tell me what games you like and stuff. Meow, meow, meow. Again, comment question of the day is, what is your nostalgic game from like the past? Okay, thanks, bye.